Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. I made a fatal mistake last week. I'm not joking. This is life and death.
My.
Yeah, I really did. I made a mistake, and I don't know how to undo it at this point. Do you guys have any guesses by chance what you think I might have done that's fatal?
That's fatal?
Or at least shortening my life?
Did you DM an ex?
Wow. Holy cow.
Make sure you're okay out there. So stormy. So some storms coming your way. Listen.
Oh, what a funny reason to DM an ex.
My ex did that.
I saw some clouds in the area.
A lot of bad weather coming your way.
Oh, boy.
Want to make sure you're okay. Don't want anything to do with that, but just make sure you're okay.
I didn't expect that. But
Was his opening line like, seeing all this bad weather made me think about how I treated you badly and how I
No.
wish I could bring sunshine to your life now?
No, because he made it clear. He's like, listen, not trying to date you again. Just want to make sure you're okay.
Oh, it's
I'm
the
like,
check, and he's got you on deck.
Yeah, he's making
That's what he's
sure.
doing. It wasn't that. Case, what do you think?
I don't know. Did you almost drown in a vat of buffalo sauce?
I did have some good buffalo sauce last week.
I know. I don't know if it almost killed you, though.
Well, I ordered some pizza that was, I'm not going to say the place. It's a place I like, but the pizza was not as flavorful as usual. So I put a whole bunch of, basically a dish of buffalo sauce and dunked each slice in it last week.
Mm-hmm. Is it your diet?
No,
Okay, I was.
that's not it.
Good guess. Good guess.
So what
Is where I'm coming
happened?
from?
So what happened last week is me and Megan went to a lawyer to sign a will because we now have a baby. We didn't have a will, and they said you got to have a will if you have a baby or a child now, a toddler. So we got it all taken care of. All of the paperwork we did online digitally with the person, but then we had to go sign it in person. So we determined who would take care of Harper if something happened to both of us, God forbid. All of the details you can think of we did at home. Then we go to sign the will with the lawyer. And a question came up on the will that I wasn't expecting. I wasn't ready for it. We'd done everything I thought we could answer possibly, and then there was a question on here. And I'll just read it to you and what I did. So select only one statement below that best expresses your wishes. And listen, the first one here, definitely, I wasn't ready for the question. And here it is. The quality of my life is more important than the length of my life. If I am unconscious and my intending physician believes in accordance with reasonable medical standards that I will not wake up or recover from my ability to think, communicate with my family and friends, and experience my surroundings, I do not want treatments to prolong my life or delay my death. But I do want treatment or care to make me comfortable and relieve me of pain. The next choice was, staying alive is most important to me. No matter how sick I am, no matter how much I'm suffering, the cost of the procedures, or how unlikely my chances are for recovery, I want my life to be prolonged to the greatest extent possible in accordance with reasonable medical standards.
Okay.
Now,
Give me the too long, don't read version of that. What were they asking you?
well, if you want quality of life, or if you're just in this position where the doctor says he's not going to recover, pull the plug.
Okay, so quality versus quantity.
That's exactly right.
Okay.
And Megan answered in a half second and said, well, quality of life.
Okay.
So then I'm sitting there with the lawyer and Megan looking at me.
I'm not leaving. He's like, what box says that?
Kenzie, that is exactly what I've preached my whole life. That I don't want to miss a second. I have FOMO on maybe finally sidewalks that move will happen right then, and I can maybe enjoy them for a minute, even if I'm.
Don't want to miss a thing.
That's right. I've preached all the time that I want to live as long as possible. I don't care. I want to be around, and they're looking at me, and I ask a question again. Kind of what Keisha said. I said, so it's quality over quantity is what they're asking here, right? He goes, yep. And the lawyer, I can tell, is going, why isn't he answering this like he knows what he wants to choose here?
Yeah.
Like, it should have been obvious what I wanted to choose. Megan was like, boom, quality of life, that's it, check box. And then and I go, well, I guess quality of life. And then Megan goes, well, no, this is your life. You can choose whatever you want here. You know, she knew I'd preached the other, but in front of the lawyer and her, I couldn't do it. And so I put on quality of life. I want to have quality of life, of course. Why would I want to live long?
Why would I want to bankrupt my daughter with all of my medical expenses selfishly?
Keep me alive with everything I've earned all the way to that point. That's what I want. Because, dare I quote another movie that Case hasn't seen, Star Trek V, The Final Frontier.
You're safe on that one. Haven't seen that, but I'm not going to watch it.
When the doctor on Star Trek has his dad suffering for like 10 years, and he finally pulls the plug.
Yeah.
Then they say 6 months later they came up with a cure.
Oh. That's tough.
Kenzie, remind me not to have you at my bedside manner when I'm dying. There is a coldness in your voice right now.
What are you going to do?
So
I feel like, can you write this is a will, so I feel like you write your own options. Can I make a suggestion?
Please.
I think you should choose the first option of quantity for a time period. Like, let me bankrupt everyone and be miserable.
Wait. Let me write this down.
But like for 5 years. Like, I feel like you want to give it a chance. You don't want it to be an immediate. Like, maybe you could put like 5 years or something. And then, you gave it quite a good go.
But like in Star Trek, he lived 10 years and they found the cure.
Do you want to do 11?
Mate.
Do you have a lucky number?
Yeah, what's your lucky number?
25.
107.
Brian and Kenzie.
On Q 101.
Now, finally, Fight Club. I've been waiting for this review for probably since we started doing it. I really was, because I think this is, I said, wait till he sees Fight Club. Wait till he sees that movie for the first time. Case, the producer, at 25 years old, has barely seen anything except for Boys in the Hood before we started this whole journey. And now he's at Fight Club. So, Case, take it away. Fight Club. You've now seen Fight Club.
Like everything else, I think we have to start with the trailer, Brian.
Let's do it.
I want you to hit me as hard as you can. Why? How much can you know about yourself? You've never been in a fight.
Wait, let me start earlier. Like many of you, I was stuck. You want me to deprioritize my current reports until you advise of a status upgrade?
Make these your primary action items.
I couldn't sleep.
No, you can't die from insomnia.
I'd flip through catalogs and wonder, what kind of dining set defines me as a person? This is your life, and it's ending 1 minute at a time. I prayed for a different life.
Soap. I make and I sell soap.
And this is how I met Tyler Durden.
Come on, hit me before I lose my nerve. Ow! Hit me in the ear!
It was on the tip of everyone's tongue.
Can I be next?
We just gave it a name.
Gentlemen, welcome to Fight Club. You were looking for a way to change your life. You got it.
Oh, my God. This is, before you start the case, this is the one of 3 movies I've seen in the theater twice.
Really?
It was Fight Club, it was Meet the Parents, and it was Wayne's World.
Classic.
Very different
That's my Brian.
circumstances each time. I like it.
They all have the same plot. Okay, not really. Okay, so you saw Fight Club. Tell us about Fight Club.
Well, I guess I want to start with a question that if you've seen it twice, after you watched it for the first time, did you have any idea what the hell you had just seen?
So, it obviously, with the incredible plot twist, I needed to see it again immediately because then I wanted to watch it from the eyes of knowing the plot twist.
Yeah.
And then it's wild to watch it again after that. Even though they do a quick recap in the movie itself, it's better to watch it again all after you know what happened.
It's one of the most confusing movies that I've ever seen. Now, when I watched Matrix, because Matrix also turned 25 this year, I hated that movie. I didn't understand it, nor did I want to. This is one where, despite it being 2.5 hours, which is a pretty long movie, I never fully grasped the reality of this world, but I was fascinated the entire time. It was really, really interesting to me, partially because we did Varsity Blues last week, and I made the comment that watching Varsity Blues made me realize that I lived my high school years incorrectly. I should have been a star quarterback. I should have been having sex. I should have been cool. And I made the choice not to do those things.
Not all those things are choices, by the way.
No, I made a direct choice to not be the star quarterback of the high school football team.
Did you make a choice not to have any sex?
They were related. It's tough 4 years.
He still chooses to not be cool. That's a change you can make today, Case.
Yes, you can. You can do it.
You gotta focus.
Yeah.
Watching Fight Club has made me realize that I thought I was in tune with my emotions. I thought I knew who I was. But I've never been punched in the face. And
Have you never?
Shocking, I know.
I can't believe no one punched you in the face. That's unbelievable.
Oh, man.
And you hear it in the trailer, that line of you don't know yourself until you've been punched. And I started going like, oh my God, I haven't lived a life. I haven't been in a fight club. I've been wasting time on this earth. I thought I had this great community of like-minded people that are into punk rock and skateboarding and all the things I like. Wrong. I should be in a fight club.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I can't tell you when this movie came out how many all of a sudden on the news there'd be fight clubs found here and here.
Mm-hmm.
So real fight clubs were exposed when this movie came out afterward.
Illegal? Were they getting in trouble for it?
They were doing it kind of like the movie. They weren't plotting terrorism, but they were going out and fight.
And we'll talk about that. Terrorism might be a bit too far.
They were fighting though in just like in the movie, like in bars that were closed at night overnight. There was a lot of real fight clubs out there, and this movie kind of exposed it in a way. And also to your point on that of doing your life wrong, this was the first movie I can remember that after I watched it, I analyzed my entire life of, wow, it's just going to go this till the end if I don't make a change, if I don't think about things.
Our Great Depression is our lives. We're the generation after World War II.
Mm-hmm. You are Tyler Durden.
God, I wish I was, because I made this comment to Brian this morning where, because I hadn't seen a lot of movies, like Brad Pitt is obviously a name that I knew, but I, in my own head, had looked at Brad Pitt as almost like the male equivalent of a vapid pop star, where I was like, oh, he's only famous because he's good looking.
No.
Turns out, spoiler alert for some, Brad Pitt, hell of an actor.
Very talented man.
Incredible in this movie.
Yeah. As well as Edward Norton.
Yes, he's awesome.
But he was never looked at as a heartthrob like Brad Pitt.
Rightfully so.
Yeah.
Hey.
But he's a good-looking guy, but he's not Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt's incredible in this movie. The soundtrack is incredible in this movie. The twists and turns along the way. There's specifically, like, the scene that I liked the most in this movie was when Edward Norton goes to turn himself into the police, and he starts admitting things about the Fight Club, and he starts admitting things about Project Mayhem. And
Which
then
is big against the rules.
Yes, but again, we'll talk about that in just a second, because I have a feeling Project Mayhem is a little bit like Bane. I think they're misunderstood. But, he tries to turn himself in, and the police chief leaves the room, and then he's just surrounded by the other deputies. And it turns out all the deputies are in Fight Club, and they won't let him turn himself in. Mind-blowing scene. Jumped off my couch. Couldn't believe what I was watching.
But before you even get there, what did you do when the plot twist happens that you find out that Edward Norton...
Can we say it? Right?
There's a spoiler alert if you haven't seen Fight Club.
Huge, right now, giving you multiple seconds, massive Fight Club spoiler alert. Now, go ahead.
Edward Norton is Tyler Durden. Oh, jeez. And the way he finds out when he's in there and all of a sudden the hotel room and Brad Pitt's looking at him and he goes like, you almost got it. And then he goes, we're the same. I remember standing up in the theater.
Oh, not you standing up. You're huge.
I know.
You like the whole thing.
You stood in front of the projector.
Great.
Like I was watching a karate movie, and I go, no effing way. And I thought everybody would
like, boo, sit down.
I thought everybody would do it like me, and everybody was just sitting looking at me quietly. I go, did you guys know that was coming? I didn't know that was coming.
You also did it the second time you went to the movie.
I did. Wait a minute, I forgot. That has to be the greatest, if not the greatest, plot twist in movie history.
Yeah, I mean, you asked me what did I do. I took ibuprofen. I had a headache. I couldn't comprehend what happened. It was unbelievable.
And just to clarify, because I don't think we described it amazingly, so Edward Norton, who's narrating the whole movie,
Yeah.
Brad Pitt is his alter ego. It's who he wants to be. You think that they're two people, they're the same person. So he's discovering that this is actually him and the alter ego he's created in his mind.
The funny thing is when you look it up, like on IMDb, it lists Edward Norton's character as the narrator.
Yes.
It doesn't, he does not have a name. He is Tyler Durden.
So I know we got to go in just a second, but I want to make this point. Project Mayhem becomes, the terroristic group, if you will, of the movie.
Yes.
Much like Bane, I feel like they are horribly misunderstood. Their whole thing was, we're not going to hurt anybody. We're just going to clear everybody's debt. I'm sorry, but if Project Mayhem ran for president, I would vote for them in a heartbeat.
Wow. Bane and Project Mayhem as a vice president.
I'm sorry. That's a ticket to me. That's my president.
And you want to play the rules, right? You wanted to hear that little audio.
Well, let's play the iconic rules of Fight Club, and then I'll give my rating.
One of the iconic lines in movie history.
The first rule of Fight Club is you do not talk about Fight Club. The second rule of Fight Club is you do not talk about Fight Club.
Let him say
Third
it.
rule of Fight Club. Someone yells stop, goes limp, taps out. The fight is over. Fourth rule, only 2 guys to a fight. Fifth rule, 1 fight at a time, fellas. Sixth rule, no shirts, no shoes. Seventh rule, fights will go on as long as they have to. And the 8th and final rule, if this is your first night at Fight Club, you have to fight.
Oh my God. What? That's the most important rule, really. Not talking about it. The 8th rule, if it's your first night, you have to fight.
Yeah, that would screw me. I'd want to audit Fight Club first like it's a college class, and instead they make me fight. I don't want to do that.
No, you have to participate because that's when the adrenaline kicks in. That's what makes you want to participate. If you just watch it, you're going to be like, I can't handle it.
Yeah, but see, Case was thinking like he'd go to this fight club and they'd all talk about, so what was the best fight you ever saw? Okay, why don't we go get some nachos? There's a good new taco place down the street. We could go eat. No, you got to fight the first night.
He just wants to take a selfie at Fight Club.
Yeah.
No.
Here's my Instagram story of me at Fight Club.
All right,
Doing
Case.
cool stuff.
Let's get a rating. I don't know what you're going to rate with here. But
Fists?
Yeah, we'll do fists.
okay, how many fists does Fight Club get?
So in the pantheon of doing all these movies, I had Pulp Fiction as a 10 out of 10. I think I had Shawshank at like a 9.5 out of 10.
Did you give Paul? I thought you hadn't given anything a 10 out of 10.
Pulp Fiction I loved. I
Yeah.
really, really loved.
Yeah.
This is not on that level, but it is damn close. I feel comfortable giving this movie 9 fists out of 10.
Wow.
Yeah.
9 fists. There you go. The review of Fight Club. If you came in at the end of it, it'll be on the podcast later from Case, the producer, who just saw it on his 25th anniversary of release.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.
And just a reminder, you got about 3 minutes left. If you want to text JOB, J-O-B, to 312-591-8300 for your chance to get to the Metro on Thursday. The Q101 pop-up with The Offspring. Come out and play. This is historic. It's magnificent.
3 minutes.
Yeah, now it's
And
about...
it ain't gonna work, baby, after that.
It's like 2.5 now almost.
And it's not a me thing, because sometimes people send it in after, like, say they texted at 9:05, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, come on, I can't do it. It's like a computer thing that I'm not involved in that enters you or doesn't enter you because it's expired. So don't blame me.
It's just Kenzie not wanting you to enter.
People, I think, imagine me, like, writing their name down and throwing it in a hat. It's not like that. It doesn't work like that. I cannot help you if you hit that thing after 9. I cannot. Stop doing it.
Give her a cell number. She can help you at home later on and get you entered. Well, Lauren will have another word at noon, a different keyword. But right now, as you have about 2 minutes left for JOB, J-O-B, to 312-591-8300. Let's get to the weekend Q101. What's going on this glorious, going to be 80s weekend here in Chicago. Case always starts with the music, so go ahead, bud.
Well, it's the calm before the storm because next week is obviously Riot Fest, and so there's not a ton of bands coming through Chicago this weekend. The ones that matter, for the most part, will be here next weekend. But there are 2 shows on Saturday.
Damn.
Well, there's still bands that matter here this weekend because
a little cold-blooded.
Ted Leo and the Pharmacists, great early 2000s band, they are reuniting at the Metro tomorrow night. Sold out show, first time they played Chicago in 5 years. And then Stained and Breaking Benjamin and Daughtry, they are coming in lock, stock, and barrel to Tinley Park tomorrow night.
Let's go.
I can't wait. My first concert was Stained, Daughtry, and Nickelback.
How fun.
I know. It was 2006. It was a good year, Kenzie. It was a very good time.
That was your first concert ever?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I had a cool mom.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Yep, so she took me to that. So Nickelback will not be there, but Stained and Breaking Benjamin and Daughtry will be. That is tomorrow night in Tinley Park. Tickets still available for that.
This is probably inappropriate, but was your mom wearing bedazzled jeans and a tramp stamp at that show?
No, she wasn't trying to get laid by Nickelback. She was trying to make her son happy.
Also, what do you mean wearing a tramp stamp? It would still be there.
That's right.
It's
That's
not
right.
like for the evening. You have to strap it on.
I want to make it very clear. I love tramp stamps.
I know you
And
do.
I think they've aged appropriately. Like, people still, I think some women that got them were like, oh, I wish I didn't get this. No, don't. You did the right thing, and it still looks awesome for all the ladies out there.
I kind of want one.
Really? We can probably.
This is the most Brian's ever liked you.
I know.
Well, what I'm saying is we could probably arrange it with a tattoo artist in here if you want to do
I really
that.
thought about it. I still find them attractive.
Me too.
Calm down.
Kenzie, what would your tramp stamp be?
I don't know. You know what? I wouldn't do this as a tramp stamp, but my husband wants his name on me so bad, and he brings it up all the time. And I have considered putting it in a place that you cannot see, like almost ever.
Between your big toe and the second toe?
Yeah, something like that. That's what I was thinking. But I considered that. I always thought that would be like a fun, like anniversary gift or something like that. And in my mind, that would be a tramp stamp, even though it's in a different spot. If that makes sense.
That's nice.
So I've thought about it. But then, like, I don't know. If anything goes wrong and I have to cover it up, it would just be so miserable.
Yeah, well, what if it wasn't something that you'd have to cover up, let's say a tramp stamp? Like
Right.
barbed wire?
No.
Like a dolphin?
I think I would do
A dolphin?
I don't like that.
Because a dolphin, you could it's like jumping out of it's jumping over your crack,
Okay,
basically.
As a guy, can you tell me from your point of view, is something just swirly and fun? I kind of feel like angel wings is pretty like sexy, like in that lower back area. I like that. Butterfly is always a good choice, kind of a classic in that area, not like overall. But what is the most attractive tramp stamp? We're talking lower back. What's that's a good one from a guy's perspective?
A monster truck.
No.
Yeah, that's
Be
hot.
for real. Come on.
Mountain Dew logo.
Okay. So lame.
The Monster Energy drink logo?
If you could get Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s car tattooed on you, I'd really like that.
Oh, Lord.
This is so frustrating because I was looking for real,
Well, you know
real
what?
advice on a sexy tattoo.
Why don't we have the ladies out there that have one text them in the 312-591-8300. You can text pictures to our text line. So if anybody has a nice one, they say, Kenzie, get this.
Just be careful, please.
So be careful, be appropriate, be an adult.
Don't ruin my day, is what I'm asking.
Don't ruin Kenzie's day.
Please don't ruin my day.
All right, Kenzie, that's in case you were done. So stay in Breaking
Were you
Benjamin.
done?
Don't worry, I'm done, Brian. You can move on.
All right.
All right. Anyways, my tramp stamp.
That's right.
Let's get to the real stuff. Okay, so let's dive in. This is what I'm going to talk about. We're getting a lot of talk. We're getting a lot of texts. We're getting a lot of questions. Riot Fest. It's happening next weekend. It's 3 days long, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Do you want to go to all three? We got you. This weekend, 2 chances. So tonight, you can come see us at the Logan Arcade.
Which is awesome, by the way.
Very fun. We're going to be there from 6 to 9. No pun intended. And
That's the tramp stamp number you get. That's what you get.
We'll be here from 6 to 9, maybe. Okay. So we are going to be there. That's on West Fullerton Avenue. You do have to be 21 plus for that location. Just a heads up. Don't bring your little kiddos. But we are giving away tickets on site. Also, if you've won tickets, you can pick them up there, which is really cool. Another chance. Tonight doesn't work for you. I get it. Weekends are really busy. You can join us tomorrow. Also win a 3-day Riot Fest tickets at Bucket O' Blood Books and Records. That's tomorrow again, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. That's on North Elston Avenue. Again, we're going to be out there from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Also, that is a ticket pickup location if you have won, or you can win all 3 days to Riot Fest. So both of those chances tonight and tomorrow during the day.
And I can't recommend enough as somebody that, 1, likes to read and 2, loves vinyl. Bucket of Blood is one of the best stores in the city. They have a huge, interesting book selection, and their record selection is top-notch.
And if you don't have a babysitter, that's the one you can bring your kids to. So at least there's an option that's not 21 plus.
They have
Tonight,
books
21
there.
plus.
Yeah, they have books there.
They
Kids
got
love books.
baby.
Yeah.
It's funny you can bring your kid to the Bucket of Blood,
I know, it sounds
but
weird.
not the Logan Arcade.
It's very misleading.
I don't
The
recognize this
arcade?
country.
Leave them at home.
All right, so and all that information, by the way, is at Q101.com. So if you heard it and you go, wait, where was that at again? Just later on, you can go check it out there because Riot Fest is a week away. This is the weekend Q101 stuff going on, and I want to give a special shout out. This weekend is the halfway to St. Patrick's Day party at the Irish American Heritage Center. Now, my wife's birthday, she's totally Irish, was a couple weeks a couple weeks ago, and our daughter Harper bought her the family membership. So that's me, my wife, and my daughter for 2 years for that place because we went to a show a month ago. It's an incredible place we just discovered. It's been there for 50 years and didn't know anything about it, and it's over off of Irving Park near the highway. So they're having a halfway to St. Patrick's Day party. It's their annual event. 3 days of live music, Irish dancing, plus Irish breakfast. It is so cool. So check it out. This will be on the blog, of course, at Q101.com. But just remember that the Irish American Heritage Center with their halfway to St. Patrick's Day party. There's a lot going on this weekend, especially it's going to be beautiful out. Oktoberfest stuff happening and some Brewfest. So make sure you get out this weekend and do something. Enjoy these glorious September weather.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.